I got to participate basically from the early design stage all the way through, and at times would have say about, say, a particular product, does it meet the requirements for the Lead for Home system, and then tying that into, does it make sense for this particular home and this particular part of the system, say, we're putting together for the house. So that was the primary role. I did a little bit of supervision on site at times, sporadically as was needed, but that was my primary role. We achieved a gold rating, which on a house of this size was basically the highest rating we could achieve, because of the square footage essentially is a adjustment factor. So we got a gold certification on the house. Along with that, obviously there's the standard point system that you get to it, but some of the key features would be that the HERS rating we got was a 44, meaning that we were 56% better efficiency-wise than a standard code home that was based on, for this home, it was based on the 2006 code, although typically it's a 2004. So we did a pretty good job considering the size of the house.
How big is the house?
The house is 6750, I believe, is the number. You know, interesting enough, through the LEED system, part of the way that we went about getting our energy credits was the the performance path, which is basically the same as the Energy Star. So even though we haven't technically gone for the certification through them, the house it could be Energy Star certified. It's just a matter of filing paperwork. The home is also compared to a few other green building programs, mainly the Green Build Standard. And we opted to do the Lead for Homes for a handful of reasons. One of them mainly being that on a house of this level, the aggressiveness we tried to go towards in on the green features that we reached in this, we just kind of felt that system made the most sense. It kind of forced us in some respects because of the prerequisites that you have to do in their system to automatically reach a certain level, and some of the credits in the Lead for Home system, because of the smaller number of credits in relation to some of the other systems, a few of the measures often get tied together. So in order to achieve a point, you might have to do a couple of different things. So just essentially, as we evaluated the systems, that's the main one we ended up certifying under it, and was mainly our driving force in terms of the green system, even though, again, we compared it to some of the other systems. I was green myself with green building. I didn't know a whole lot when we started. I didn't know a whole lot about the construction field, to be quite honest, when I started this going back 3 years ago. So there was a relatively steep learning curve of the field in general, and then in green building. So I had to wrap my head around the Lead for Home system, which was a learning curve for me and for everybody. It was a learning curve for the way you have to do things in the building process in terms of, there's some design factors. There's also just some, guys are not used to having to supply certain information or maybe do things a certain way that's different than what they might otherwise have done. So there's an adjustment there. And then again, with the LEED system itself, the Lead for Home system is a newer program. We started this home, I want to say, just a few months after the pilot part of the program had ended. So we've really been doing this for a while now. So it was a new program that is designed to evolve and get better as it goes along, but it's new. So there were some, I almost want to say it's like the goalpost shifted a few times throughout the process, and we have then adjusted. We've made some decisions to do certain credits or not do other credits based on the goalpost shifting, if you will. So it's been, there's been some trials and tribulations, to be quite honest, because of the Lead for Home system. But what I can say on the positive side of that is now 2.5 some odd years into that, we are seeing an improvement in some of the documents that you use to track. There's been a whole bunch of new credit interpretations that have come out that have given us some answers, and that's part of the way the process with LEED is designed to do. But it's just nice that it's starting to get a little more streamlined, where as opposed to when we started, basically I had the manual and there wasn't a whole lot to go with other than that, because our provider wasn't all that experienced at that point. So it's just been a learning process for everybody. But I guess I can say in the end, it has been a helpful guiding force, and it did allow us, and it did assist us in some decisions that ultimately I think helped to get us a pretty good product here.